Well, living in the land of golf, we are sure to engage some open hearts and wallets this week. A special fundraiser to get one of our own off to Q School. Well, let's welcome Colby Hollifield, owner of Daniel Island Ferry, and Morgan Deneen, pro golfer who has set his sights on the PGA. Glad to have you both with us. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
So we want to know what a Q School is. Q School is very specific to what you do and what you're seeking.
Yes, Q School is the qualifying school to get status or get your PGA Tour Korn Ferry card. Basically what those cards allow you to do is to get into events, have guaranteed starts, and really to have a career. Without those, it's a bunch of Monday qualifying. You don't know what's happening the next week. But if you perform well at Q School, then you get through and you have a job for the next year. That's why they call it the hardest tournament in golf, is because if you succeed, you have a job. If you don't, you have to go find one.
You got to find, you got to go find one. That's for sure. How long have you been playing golf?
Been playing golf competitively at a high level for about 8-9 years. Before that, it was just high school golf and some tournaments here and there.
Yeah, and you started in high school.
I did.
A little bit later for some athletes.
Compared to a lot of people, it's out on tour right now. It's pretty late. So I had a lot of learning to do through high school and in college, and I just thank everyone at Coastal that had me there to really push me and had me learn quite a bit at a rapid pace.
And you were mentioning that your parents, they drop you off at the golf course, pick you up 12 hours later.
Yeah, yep.
So you had plenty of time to perfect your swing. And
exactly.
What was it about golf that you love so much?
It was the last sport I could do with my knee problem that I had growing up, and frankly, I always wanted to be a professional athlete, and it was able for me to pour all my blood and sweat into, and ended up finding a challenge. And it's a non-stop challenge. No matter how good you can get, you can always be better. So it really intrigued me in that manner. Yeah,
very small percentage of golfers who enjoy the sport who want to go on to become pros at this height, right? Very, very small. So how did you end up getting paired up and throwing this fundraiser to help Colby?
I live on Daniel Island, and Morgan had a fundraiser at Par Paradise, and I know Chris Buckholz, the owner of Par Paradise, and we kind of got connected through that, and he told me his story. His story is fascinating. We don't have enough time today.
I know.
It's kind of a combination of tons of success, but also if anything could go wrong, it did go wrong, where you're this close and this close and this close. And when you go to Q School, I don't know if most people don't understand, when you're a professional golfer, you're a business and you have expenses and you have to pay. So you have to pay your caddy, regardless of whether you win or not. You have to pay your hotel, you have to pay your food, you have to pay all that stuff. So most people, we're looking at the Tiger Woods and the Scotty Schefflers of the world and seeing that life, but this is the real life where you have to pay all those bills. And so we met, just grabbed a coffee and started talking. I said, well, let's at least do a fundraiser. We get a fundraiser. I don't need to be an official sponsor necessarily, because I want him to be, he's got sponsors and they're great, but let's raise some funds for him, and then we just hit it off and we're having a great time with it.
That's so great. And you brought some delicious food with you as well. So tell us a bit more about Buck's Deli and how they're participating in this event.
Yeah, so our fundraiser is September 11th on the Daniel Island Ferry from Daniel Island from 7 to 8:30. We have a nice little harbor cruise where Buck's is catering that, so bringing their food. They're located there on Daniel Island. They're bringing all the food for the event. They were kind enough to give us some this morning.
That's very nice.
All of their pastries are house made. They have the best coffee in town. All the food is chef prepared, so it's not, just go get a turkey sandwich.
I'm realizing right now that we probably should have taken the plastic off of this so people can actually see what the baked goods look like, because, wow, these are, first of all, this tray is probably about 20 pounds. So I think that's a lot of butter. And it looks absolutely delicious. But what a wonderful thing for the community to come together to help support you. How does it feel to receive that kind of support from people who want to see you win?
Yeah, it's amazing. The whole community, it all started with Chris at Par Paradise, and then from there, that really allowed me to start networking there on Daniel Island. It's made a lot of friends for me, Colby included, and it's just a community coming around, an individual trying to reach his dream. So it's pretty special for sure.
That's fantastic. So once you reach the PGA, and then the sponsors come pouring in. So is that pretty much the trajectory of how it works? And then what do you do once you're in the PGA? You have to earn
keep
your
performing. Yep, because once you're there, it's all performance based.
Yeah.
So you have to play well enough to keep your card, so you don't have to go to Q school the next year.
Yeah.
It is nice once you do get better status. You tend to have agents go out and find you sponsors, and it becomes a little easier to fund your season. But the problem is getting to the point of where you can do that.
Well, I think everyone has a lot of faith in you that you are going to do that. What is the absolute epitome as a pro golfer? Is it to get that green jacket?
The green jacket, for me personally, number one on my board is playing on the Ryder Cup.
Is that
so,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
having that come up at Bethpage, I'm going to be watching every shot there, but that's my end-all goal, is to be a member of the Ryder Cup team representing the nation.
Fantastic. I have no doubt that you're going to achieve it. Well, don't forget, everyone, Harbor Cruise Fundraiser. It's happening September 11th from 7 to 8:30. And where do they find the ferry?
DIferry.com.
DIferry.com. All right, so make sure you go out there and help support this guy. He's going to make it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate your time. We'll be back after this.